What's up, everybody? Welcome on into Season 6, Episode 2 of the Put It in the Book show, home of the 2023 World Series champion New York Mets. I am Steve.
Why do you say that?
As always, I got Keith right on over here. Keith, what's going on, my friend?
Sky is falling. The world is over. 7 games in.
Over
$100 million per win. That's all we got so far. What a ripoff. Season's over. Cancel everything.
All right.
I came today because of weather. It's a nice day. Everybody's an idiot. Nobody
Why
knows
did
anything.
I want to talk about that in a bit, but most of the areas they were kind of fine. Were they bracing for something major?
Yeah, that was that.
It's a storm.
Yeah, but it's
a bad storm.
Everybody's like, "Oh, it's 31 degrees. It's sunny.
I know it's a little preemptive to cancel it.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah. 31 degrees. Play baseball
at
31 degrees. I dare you.
Everybody's getting jammed at 31 degrees. Did you lose two of your fingers right there?
With an aluminum bat and no batting gloves. Try that out.
Ooh, geez, your hands just be vibrating at that point. Rodriguez, my friend, how's it going down there, my friend?
I'm pretty good down here. I'm cool. I'm chilling, relaxing. Let's see what happens today. I'm not gonna flip out. But I keep telling you guys this every year. Remember what fans stand for. So don't be surprised when people go nuts.
I'm not wearing this anymore.
It.
We suck. The season's over.
There he is.
All right, fine. Me too.
No, we don't need any nippage. No.
All right. On that note, let's start the show and talk a little bit about the Mets. Here we go.
Put up the box.
All right, welcome back in. We're here, Put in the Book Show, Season 6, Episode 2. All right, so first things first, some big news out of the minor league camp here. We're getting a new catcher. If you haven't heard, Omar Narvaez has a medium to high grade calf situation going on, and that's a 8 to 9 week injury. And so now, perfect opportunity to bring up Francisco Alvarez. So we'll go around here. Rodriguez, start with you. What do you think the kid's impact could be? So coming in, he's the number 3 minor leaguer, whatever prospect in all of baseball. But what kind of an impact do you think he can make at this point? And then do you think he'll get the bulk share of the catching duties, or maybe a share with DH?
No, I think he's going to share the duties with with Nito for sure. Nito's going to need a break. He's not a full-time catcher, to be honest. He doesn't have the offensive skills, but the other guy does. He does have the offensive skills. That's what everyone brags about. That's his way to the majors, the fact that he can hit. It's not that, he can catch and he's a great catcher, defensive or otherwise, but he's going to get a lot of time to play. And if he takes those 9 weeks and he does what he needs to do and basically really becomes a solid catcher, it's going to be a big time decision whether when this guy wants to come back, whether they let him in the minors to rehab some more. Take your time, one more, relax. We got this kid, and then by the end of the season, it's shipping him off to Baltimore to hang out with McCann. That could happen. That could happen because the kid might actually prove that he can play in the majors. Thank God that he has veteran pitchers that are going to throw to him because they can kind of run the show a little bit. They can maneuver and do what they need to do, and they know how to pitch in the majors. So I think he's going to make a big impact because last year he hit. As soon as he came up, he started to hit, and then had a little lull. But that's going to happen. So if he comes up and he starts smashing, what are they going to do? They're going to have to keep him. The fan, our fans, they'll lose their minds if this kid is hitting anywhere above 260 with 5 or 6, maybe even 10 home runs. He's got a lot of pop. They do that, man, they're not going to be able to send him down.
Well, and that's a perfect segue. I'm going to go over to Keith now. So early on, there have been some offensive struggles at the plate for the Mets. And so there's been calls for Baty. There's been more calls for Baty than anybody else, but also now calls for Alvarez. You think this, even though we know our fan base and we know our peers out there, do you think this appeases them to some point that a kid has been brought up? And then same thing. Do you think he gets more catcher duty or DH at bats?
I think, first of all, I think opening day you're going to see Nido, just based off experience. He is the big league catcher of tenure at the moment. So I think he's going to be opening day. I think you might see him do some DH duty in opening day. And then the second game, you might see him come in and sit behind the dish. I don't think in spring training he didn't look bad at all defensively.
Who's pitching for them? Keith? Who's pitching for them on opening day? Who's pitching for the Marlins against us? Is it Alcantara or
Cabrera?
Cabrera?
Yeah, Edward Cabrera.
That's skinny right-hander, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So I think it's big time for him right now. This is his opportunity. If he comes up like Rodriguez says and he does some hitting, it's going to be really hard to send him down. So it'll put the Mets in a weird position as far as what to do with catchers. But
good position too.
I'll take that. Shoot. Offensive struggles, 7 games, $120 million a win.
And excuse me.
That's your story and sticking to
it. Sorry about that. All right. So I think that the whole world just opens up for Alvarez here at this point. He can do some catching, he can do some DH. If he starts hitting, then it really opens up. He could DH and Nido could catch if you have that much positivity around Nido as a catcher. And then if anything, and you need to rotate something around, you need to bring a lefty in the late innings to bat. They can go to DH and Alvarez can move to catcher. So there's a lot of different ways that you could juggle this around, but
he has to catch. He has to catch.
Oh, for sure. He's got.
I don't care what anybody tells me. They want to have him a DH. I don't care. The kid has to catch. If he doesn't catch, don't bring him up. Yeah,
Bohan, Narvaez, and Alvarez can share catching and DH. When Narvaez gets back, that's almost a perfect combination. And then we'll see what happens with, and we'll get into this with the Vogelbacks and Escobar. Timmy T, what's up? He said, "Have you given up like the New York media?" No,
I have. Seriously,
we're making
7 games is a clear, perfect window into the next 155. It's over. The season's over.
No, you saw what I put in the SNY thing.
Did you see Frank the Tank? We're going 32-8 over the next 40. Oh my god!
Oh my god! He's. I mean, that's what drives the numbers there. Isaac, what's up? Listen, if this guy does this in that time frame, I definitely take 3 months. Yeah, I'll take it.
Basically,
Oh,
what
yeah.
I just said. This guy knows what he's talking about.
Yeah, he does.
The Braves ain't doing nothing. They played 7 games. The Braves are a good team though, but they played 7 games just like we did. Nothing's happening. Everybody's, calm your nipples.
And you get that 2-game stretch where
A lot of
you're
nipple
just
talking.
giving out bombs and bombs and bombs that were to the point that the Brewer dude is getting tired of going down the slide.
Wow.
No, those games were really bad. I can understand.
Those games
people
are very rough, yes.
Yeah,
but
those games were really bad. I understand
but
people getting
at
pissed
7,
off.
yeah, for sure. I mean, that's embarrassing. 19-0 in 2 games. It's a little embarrassing, but you get a little bit of positivity in yesterday's game. Lindor with 3 hits, couple RBIs, couple runs scored. Pete Alonso comes big, 2 bombs with Lindor on base. So you kind of saw those things start happening. But then back came the Brewers, and the Brewers are going to be a powerful team, and they did that even on a day where their ace.
But they're not always going to hit. They're going to slump.
Yeah,
we're going to hit.
Oh, of course.
This is
cyclical.
Baseball. Yeah,
cyclical.
It's cyclical. And
Chris
Bohan,
Phelps says
speaking
we are
of-
literally 7 games in. Calm down. Exactly. This
Exactly.
is the voice of reason.
And Bohan,
Who
speaking
said
of
that?
Murphy,
Who
Chris
said that?
Phelps.
Bohan?
Chris Phelps, Tom Bohan. Did you see who the Long Island Ducks picked up?
Your favorite.
My favorite player of all time, Daniel Murphy.
Daniel Murphy.
Yeah.
Him.
Okay.
He's the shortstop. The double play combo.
He's out there with Denada.
Tejada. It's Tejada and Murphy again.
Good
The
Lord.
double play combo from heaven.
Wow.
Timmy
20
say,
years ago.
Joe Benigno said that. Yeah, he even said that before. I think he said it after the first Brewers game.
Oh,
He was
forget
like,
it.
He's like,
I was reading
you guys are
articles
done.
saying this Mets team has a horrible dynamic. They're built to lose.
They're not built correctly and all this stuff,
Wow.
guys. And this is the media. This is the radio stations in New York.
And then when we win 10 series in a row, everybody's gonna be like, "Oh, this team is poised to win it all." Just shut up.
And Rodriguez, and then the memes come out. Oh, the Mets got swept for the first time here. Last year it wasn't September. They suck.
That was amazing. That was
because
amazing.
every single year is exactly the same. There's no ebbs and flows. It's exactly the same.
Well, for the Mets lately, it kind of has been. Can't lie, but
every year.
Cyclical. All right, so let's.
The Mets have been a good team for the last few years. They've just choked at the end. So let's call it as it is. They have choked at the end. That's fair. But they've been a pretty good team for the last 2 or 3 seasons. So
101 wins last year. I mean, that's all right. I mean,
but
it's not.
You're
bad.
entitled. You're entitled to complain, and people get upset. Oh, don't tell us how to be a fan. Like, yeah, don't tell you how to be a fan because you're not a good fan.
We just don't want you having a heart attack.
They're gonna die. They're gonna flip out after 7 games. God.
Let them be miserable. I enjoy it. It's a good laugh.
Another one from Chris. Seems we start slow and some fans lose their mind. And it doesn't help with the national media killing us. Yeah, we start slow, fans lose their mind. If we start fast, then it's the beating of the chest.
Listen, Farace, Rodriguez,
find a middle
and everybody out there watching it will watch this. A real Met fan doesn't pay attention to the media after we lose. Come on.
We don't read. Yeah, the Met fans don't read. Go ahead.
We don't read after we lose, dude. Be a real Met fan. Do not read after we lose. Read only after wins.
That's what real Met fans do. That's so true, Keith. That's 100% true. I never watched MLB Sports Center after we lose.
No.
Never.
It
never happens. Never happens.
That's like, you get to witness a horrible loss or somebody getting killed, and you want to rewatch it over and over and over again, and then see the news about it, and then read about it. No, once is enough.
Today's the day. What's today? April 6th, 2023. Keith compared somebody dying to.
Why you got you just
losing?
You don't agree?
I agree.
Okay, so there you go.
And to be clear to everybody, if we weren't doing the show, we would not be talking Mets right now.
Right.
Not until they win.
The real truth is, out of 7 games, we have paid over $100 million per win as a Mets team.
And that's the story, and he's sticking to it. Farace put a little disclaimer every time he says that. That's his story, and he's sticking to it.
You know what? You know what?
Timmy just reminded me.
Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, Timmy just reminded me. I forgot to mention. He said on here the comment with the beer in the background looks like Rodriguez is live from an Afghanistan cave. And what reminds me is that producer Joe's not here today. He's not in the cave.
That's
buried
right.
in the cave today.
No. He gets let out so he could see his family. But that doesn't mean it's gonna happen tomorrow. He'll be back by tonight.
I was gonna say the bottom of the Mets lineup has been a point of contention for a lot of Met fans, and they've been complaining about it. But it hasn't, aside from Vogelbach, still can't buy himself a hit. It hasn't been too bad, the bottom of the lineup. The top of the lineup, where the guys are supposed to be performing, is where it's been failing. And they're going to perform. So, just sit back and relax. I think if all the top of the lineup sit back and drink a nice warm cup of BrooklynWaterCoffeeRoasters.com, they would all hit like a storm. And if they act now and put Pop Culture Pros, they'll get 3 bags. They could drink all the coffee they want.
Tormenta.
No more greenies in the clubhouse, but they can get 50% more caffeine coffee bags from BrooklynWaterCoffeeRoasters.com. All your delicious, most favorite flavors are out there, such as dark roast, dark chocolate,
the best,
rich, chocolatey, dark roasted coffee filled with calories. Right, Faraj? How many calories per cup? It's not bad, I don't think.
The same percentage chances the rest of baseball has to win the World Series this year outside of the Mets.
Settle.
Boom!
Stop saying it.
So if you want to donate to the show, just hit us up in our inbox. We'll take your 3rd bag of coffee, but you should buy the other 2. BrooklynWaterCoffeeRoasters.com, from their roaster to your front door. Only the finest beans are hand-selected for your distinct, wonderful pleasure.
Beans.
Yes, and you can take those beans. You can have some morning wood, because that's also actually morning wood is really delicious. There's a lot of delicious flavors out there. Check them out now if you're not into flavors. They also have regular roasted coffee. It comes in bean, drip. I don't know if they have K cups. I thought we said they did.
B cups.
But wow, C cups, D cups, double D. Check them out now. www.brooklynwatercoffeeroasters.com, from their roaster to your front door. And again, use the code PopCulturePros. Order 2 bags, you get a 3rd bag free. Send them to the Mets. Get that lineup woken.
Wake up.
Also, if maybe Carrasco has a couple cups, he'll get his MPH up a couple notches.
Could Dunk do a little Dunkaroo? Dunk the cookie in the coffee. Get that revved up.
No, we like Brooklyn Water Coffee Roasters better than Dunkin' Donuts.
No. Dunk the cookie in the coffee.
I'm just messing with you.
How dare you get to cause instigations? Cyclicalness.
Cyclical.
All right, so let's and you mentioned the lower part of the lineup, right? And one of the games that I went to, somebody had put 5 through 9 are automatic outs, and that was the day Canna went nuts.
Yeah,
with the home run and whatever.
McNeil's done it, and Alvarez has been doing well. I mean, come on, stop it.
Yeah.
And Vogelbach needs to wake up, but still, aside from that,
he's a 240 hitter. He's a 240 hitter.
Not even. He's not even.
Look at his stats. Look at his.
He still can't get around on anything inside. He can't. We always joke about it, but it's. I watched it. Yeah, no, I know. But
I'm not joking.
But he just can't. Not even with the shift is gone, guys. But by the way, the shift is gone. Batting averages and everything is up all over baseball, not for the Mets, but
not for the Mets is right.
Why?
Because we have 240 hitters. Because we have 240 hitters lifetime.
Met fans do not destroy Vogelbach. I don't know why. It's like he's just.
Good God.
He's like him. A forgiven.
Yeah. It's gonna happen, Keith. You know how we are, dude. One more week of this nonsense.
Things start to turn.
It's gonna be like. They turn on everyone. They turned on everyone. So they'll turn on Vogelbach.
It's gonna be, look, I love Vogelbach. He'll pick it up. Another week of Vogelbach doing terrible.
What? It's like he's that kid from what
had
is
to
it?
mute those words.
Kid. He's like a Make-A-Wish kid.
Wow.
Why do they love him?
That tragedy.
Come on.
Wow.
Let him go.
He's providing no value right now. There's no value coming out of him right now.
I told you that. He can't play the field and he can't hit.
You know who put value there? Ronnie Mauricio.
All right, so Vogelback and Escobar.
Not yet, but I agree.
How long are both their leashes here? You got Baty for Escobar and a Mauricio potentially jumping in a not the same as Vogey, obviously, but jumping in that roster spot. DH Tommy Ghost Saint Fam.
He does. He looks like the guy that killed Patrick Swayze in Ghost. He's right.
Oh wow.
He does.
Yeah. So all right. So how long do you think these two have to not hit for before the Mets honestly consider bringing up either one of them? We'll do Escobar and Baty Rodriguez. How long? Be nice, Isaac Escobar. He's a nice guy. Let's not insult him.
But he's a streaky player. If you don't know that and you expect something else out of him, then you're gonna be heartbroken. You're gonna be pissed off all year. The guy's probably gonna end up hitting 239, 18 home runs, and about 53 RBIs. But he's gonna have to play the whole year and all that nonsense. Why not just give Batty the chance to do that already the full year and have Escobar DH play outfield and fill in at third? When Batty gets his little thumb thing fixed or whatever it is,
thankfully it's not a thing.
Thankfully, it's not a thing. He'll be fine. But when that comes around, at the end of the day, he was crushing minor league baseball. I mean, it wasn't a big game sample. It wasn't a big sample of games. However, but he's good, dude. The guy can play. And if you're gonna have a guy that's gonna hit you 200 and not do anything, you might as well bring in the kid to try to get some at bats. If you're bringing up Alvarez, you can bring up Batty. If you're bringing up, because I know there's other catchers in the system that they could bring up besides Alvarez, and if they really were serious about letting him play the full season, he wouldn't be coming up. Okay, they just put him there, stashed him there, and said, "Let's see what happens." So now we know what happened. Okay, they brought him up. That's what's gonna happen.
Opportunity.
So opportunity, take it. Batty, opportunity's gonna be there, dude. Don't get hurt. Don't get hurt. Come up and play.
Thankfully, because you know what the whole fan base thought when they saw Baty finger. Here we go again.
The curse. Here we go again. I mean, Escobar can play multiple positions. Batty's a third baseman. It's really simple. Bring him up, let him play third.
And by the way, this will electrify the fan base. Those saying play the kids and those saying we're not hitting until, God forbid, one of these guys doesn't hit and then they get booed out of town again. Keith, what about for Vogelback? How much string do you give the guy? For Vogelback, you gotta get one of those heavy duty leashes. You can't get one of those skinny release ones,
Yeah, I think you give him as much string up until he's taking a roster spot from somebody that can be more productive, whatever that means. A month,
last week,
months. Wait. Right. I mean, honestly, I think there's moves that could be made now, but they involve some rookies, and others don't necessarily agree with that. But I think there could be moves that's made now. That would be better than Vogelbach, a more dynamic player, somebody has a little more speed, who hits with power, who can hit with a little more average, and play defense in multiple positions other than first. And he doesn't even do first well. So, I think there's a lot better options out there. I give him a very short leash. Yeah. If he starts hitting with some power, it'll buy him some time. But it's not happening.
He's getting all this weak contact too. And the games that I went to, little dribblers, the one that he hit hard, where Nimmo or Marte or Lindor would have been on third base with a triple, he gets thrown out at second.
Dude, yeah, he needs to eat again.
Yeah,
he's too thin.
There could be that.
That's it. Some comedians they say you lose faith, they're not funny anymore. Like what's her name, Melissa McCarthy. They say people were like, "Oh, she lost weight, she's not funny anymore." Is this what Vogelback is?
Well, I don't know. Ask Keith. I don't know. I can't. I don't like him. I told you from the beginning I don't want him on the team, but I can't.
We're working on
I
it.
can't fake
We're
it.
working on it.
I just think this is the type of hitter he is. You know, he's doing this. Then he's gonna have a moment where he's gonna hit a bunch of home runs to right field because it's the only place he hits home runs.
Mhm.
And then he's gonna have pitchers with half a brain who know how to pitch him to make him hit to left field, and he'll hit little weak grounders here and there.
And he
everywhere.
knows
He can't bend over to reach
he's
the
a
ball. He can't bend over.
he's a high on base guy, but then what happens after he gets on base? He's standing. He takes he takes a 2-foot lead.
His on base this year. I mean, he's only played in 5 games, but his on base is 429. Last year was 393 and 50 in
right.
Oh, for the season,
He's always
360.
That's really good. Like he
has a good eye. So what?
Yeah, but that's it. Nothing could be done afterwards. He's not a threat on the bases. He's not a threat on defense.
Well, I mean, he might be a threat on the bases, right? So in 8
Don't believe
years,
that commercial.
his career, 8 years of his career, he has a total of 0 stolen bases. So he might be a threat. I'm not sure.
He's very consistent.
He is.
If nothing else,
he does have he does have 1 triple in his career.
How the hell? Where'd the ball go? Somebody got stuck under somebody's hat or something.
guys, remember when we were young and we used to play baseball with little kids? And that Vogelfat is the last guy that gets picked on the team. Okay? Because you just like you could barely hit and you can't run off field. So why do we want you on it? He's the last guy to put on the team. Why is he even on our team?
He's a weekend softball player star.
And he's the catcher. That's it. See,
no, he's right field. Or he's left out. He plays left out.
Left out.
That's what he plays.
All right. So the Baty, good news on the thumb thing. No ligament damage. It's a day-to-day thing. He should be good. George chimes in saying, "I'm Vogel done." So George, yep, we're on the same page here. More good news that we got yesterday. Verlander. The swelling is going down, inflammation's going down, head in the right direction. This is with him throwing. So continue to see good news out of him. We need him. We want him back. Please. Thank you. You're supposed to pitch today, supposed to pitch tomorrow, and you're not going to pitch. So hurry on back, buddy.
40 million. 40 million.
Hurry on back.
You're worth it, though.
All right. To another area of the rotation, Mr. Carrasco. Rodriguez. What the hell's going on with Cookie? What's going on with his velocity? To me, it seemed he had no focus from the beginning. He had the pitch clock violation. He had another one. I think he had two of them. Velocity just. What's going on with this guy, man?
The way I look at Cookie,
this guy is following him.
Cookie Carajo is really what I want to call him. If anybody Spanish out there, they know what Carajo means. Even if you're not Spanish, you might know. But Cookie is going to be the same guy he was last year. He got 15 wins last year. He was off and on. First 3 innings, he gets rocked, settles down. I don't know why he doesn't pitch a full inning in the damn bullpen and then come into the game. Why don't you just do that?
Say that's his last year.
You know, this is like.
Hey, Pat.
It's yes, exactly, Pat. That works out too.
I think your daughter's getting eaten by a rhino back there. I'm not sure.
It's one game. One start. Okay, one start. He had a lot of bad starts last year. He still won 15 games. If like with all the ball players. He's a solid veteran. He's done it. If he's not injured, he's going to come around. He's got about 20, 25 more starts. Let's just see what he does at least.
Yeah, let's remember. He's a 36-year-old pitcher. He's been pitching for 14 years. He's just not the type of player that's going to come out the gate hot. You know, he's going to need a few starts to warm up. But I mean, let him get those warm-up starts in AAA.
Well,
yeah, I don't know if it's the starts though. To be honest, I don't think it's the amount of starts to get warmed up. I think it's the amount of time before the game to get warmed up. I don't think he comes into the game ready. I really don't. From watching him last year and then just now, he just proved it again.
Because Yuri was terrible in the first
time. Into the game ready.
Would Pat call him crap Roscoe?
Yeah. So, all right. I think the message here should be, I brought that. I just looked at some of the bigger complaints out of Mets fans out of the first 7 games. I think the overall message here from the three of us is a little relax. Everybody calm down. One start. JD Davis hit a grand slam today. No, all right.
No, yeah, because that matters to us. How?
It doesn't.
How does that matter to us?
It doesn't.
I know Met fans still want to talk about the rough trade. We all know it sucked. Get over it. It's done.
Yeah. Don't yell at me like that. All right. What's your take on Carrasco? I assume it's the same. Let's calm it down. You're saying rev him up a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we don't want to get these kind of starts out of him, right? And if he continues to do this consistently, we have to figure something out.
I don't like it.
But yeah, right now it just you got to throw him out there, keep the rotation going, and let him prove himself or not prove himself.
Ooh, George could start. Cool.
As George
says, Heisenberg says, relax.
No, George is hopeful. I'm sure. I'm not sure if he's amongst the hopeful Jet fans that want to get Aaron Rodgers, but that's a quote from a potential quarterback from the Jets.
This is a Jet baseball show.
Keep shout him.
Sorry.
Be nice.
All right. I think the biggest positive takeaway, from yesterday is that Lindor and Alonso start getting going here. They were both in the 111, 132 deal. Both kind of break out. Here's an unexpected day off, which I think might be good for the team. One of the few teams that had 8 straight games scheduled to go. So other teams are getting a day off here and a day off there. But hopefully that's a good thing. Come Friday now, Rodriguez. What did you see anything different out of, let's say, Lindor yesterday as opposed to the start that he got off to?
Well, he was who was he hitting against yesterday? Their main guy, right? Their main pitcher, their ace, Burnson. Yeah. Okay, so when Burnson was throwing the ball, he throws that sinker. So Lindor is like this, and he comes down and up. Okay, that's made for him. He's got that uppercut swing, and he sees that sinker coming up, and he's just underneath it. As the sinker comes down, his bat meets it. It's just basic. It's basically perfect for him to get out of a slump. A guy like that. Now, if there would have been a guy that was throwing high fastballs and Lindor swinging like this, Lindor would have had another bad day. He wouldn't have been able to get off that schneid. But now that he hit and it was a perfect pitcher for him, it'll relax him. It'll help him, and he'll be fine. I'm not gonna worry about Lindor, or I'm not gonna worry about Polar Bear when these guys are our studs, man.
Their numbers will be there. 2
best players. That's 100% right, Keith.
Their numbers will be there too.
Keith, he shaved the mustache. That's the key.
That's the key.
But he needs to with those outfits that Polar Bear's wearing. I mean,
he did look goofy though. Oh, wait a minute. That outfit was crazy. You see that? What was it? Was it a purple V-neck?
I don't know. And he had some kind of green purse.
Belt?
A satchel? He had a green satchel? Sorry, it's not a purse.
It's a satchel. It's a satchel. A green purse. Or a green purse. And he was showing a lot of nipples. He had a lot of nipples,
Good Lord.
Actually, you're a type of guy. He had a lot of nipples showing.
Big Pete with the nipples. All right. Let's get into a little preview of Mets and Marlins coming up tomorrow. Tomorrow we got Cabrera early on, so I'm not even going into ERAs. McGill, who pitched well on Saturday against the Marlins. So that's game 1. This is a 3-game set. Rogers goes for the Marlins on Saturday versus Kodai Senga. By the way, let's pause there real quick. What did you guys think of Senga's first outing? Anybody?
I love it. I that ghost ball is nasty. That's what I'm gonna say.
It's disgusting.
You throw that ghost ball. You throw that ghost ball at 85 miles an hour, and then he comes back and he throws you a 98 mile an hour fastball. what are you gonna do, man? If he has another pitch that's even good, it's
Can
gonna
we
be
call it
Rookie of the Year.
Casper? We should call it Casper. Casper pitch.
I went
No,
back.
Casper's friendly. I don't want
Friendly.
that ball being friendly to anybody.
You're right. You're right. You're right.
I
you're
went
right.
back and I looked at some 1986 footage of Mike Scott's nasty
Splitter.
breaking pitch and his splitter.
By the way,
it's kind
Mike
of like
Scott, if
that.
you're watching,
He cheated. He's a cheater.
Was
He's
he?
a cutter. He's a cutter. He was cutting the ball, dude. When you cut
Oh, was
the
he? I
ball,
didn't know that. But,
yeah.
but it
Everything
looked
the
like
Mets
that.
hated him.
It kind of looked like that. And then Scott would come back with some high, hard stuff and really
but
throw the pitches off. So
I think if I remember correctly, Scott's pitch was a lot faster. He wasn't throwing it. He was throwing it in the 90s, and that was even nastier because all he had to do was hold it like a fastball. And since he had that little cut, he was cutting it. It was dipping. And
I just remember
by.
when the Mets went to Houston and I was dreading facing him.
Remember
But yeah,
him?
I mean,
nobody wanted to face Mike Scott.
Yeah, he's got that kind of stuff where it just drops off the table and batters are looking silly.
What happened when he was with us? Why didn't he have it then?
I don't know.
Freaking douche.
You're right about Senga. These guys are swinging on a level, and it's just
it's
gone.
Not there.
It's gone.
There.
But
if you want to stop Senga, I just want to say one thing real quick because I was telling this to somebody. If you're gonna watch Senga, watch when he throws the ball, how fast it comes out of his hand and how fast it looks going into the batter, and then all of a sudden it just sort of like stops and drops, and that's what throws the batters off. That speed that comes in and all of a sudden drops. So they're swinging at the speed. The ball's already in the catcher's mitt.
It drops and turns.
Yeah. You can make it move this way, make it move that way.
Right, because to lefties and righties, he was doing it in different directions.
To lefties, he makes it go away, right?
Right.
He makes it go away from the lefties.
It was pretty
it's
impressive.
Called pitching. It's called pitching.
Phil, let's go Mets 23. Good to see you guys again. Bring the kids up. Yeah, we're welcome back into the show. By the way, but yeah, that's where we're preaching. It was like a wiffle ball, says Pat.
Exactly, Pat. Yep.
Yeah. So after that rough first inning, but then you saw after that he calmed way down and he started having fun out there. He was smiling on the mound. I like it. I like his vibe. I like his desire. He's pretty intense. Also, so good things from Senga. So that
shows something that he was able to turn that inning around, the first inning.
Yeah,
it says something. Yeah,
and got a standing ovation in Miami. Got a standing ovation in Miami
from the Mets. From the Mets fans.
I'm just saying he must have been. He wasn't ready for that. Nobody prepared him for that. I don't think he was like
Queen South.
Queen South, exactly. And then the Sunday game, Miami doesn't have a pitcher announced yet, but ours is Cookie Carrasco. So what do you guys think here? At home, Citi Field, you got who did I say? McGill, Senga, and Carrasco going.
He needs to step up and pitch a better game. 5-6 innings, 2-3 runs most, and keep us in the game. Get Met
What's
fans
his
off
name
his
got
back
hurt again for them. The center fielder.
Oh, Chisholm.
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 You know that the Marlins have 8 second basemen like on their roster. Like one's playing second, one's playing short, one's playing third, one's playing center field, one's playing left field.
Like
wild.
A fantasy team.
Wild how they just put that shit together.
Guy. But this is the most important part of our rotation.
Yes.
This is the part of our rotation that has to be good for us to actually be competitive. So when we see these guys pitch, really keep an eye on them and see how they're doing this year because they're gonna carry us. I know Scherzer and Verlander, they're pitching gods. Okay, they're fine. They'll do their thing. You gotta worry about them. But these 3 guys are the guys that can carry us. Especially with
speaking of Scherzer, back to the New York media nonsense. They're turning on him already. Oh, it's over. He's not the same guy. What? Oh my God! Stop it. It's ridiculous.
So I guess I'm not saying this in a bad way, but this is now the second time that lineup is going to see the Mets pitchers. So let's see what kind of adjustments the Mets pitchers can make. Well, let's see the adjustments if the Marlins can make any, because that team is going to be. They're not going to be easy to strike out. They're going to slap just like a lot of Marlins teams over the pad. What's that new kid's name that they got? The batting champion. He's pissing me off already. Slaps the ball all over the place.
Oh, that slap hitter.
Arraez.
Yeah.
Hey, he was a batting champ for a reason, but that's what that team I think is going to be. All right, so I say the Mets are going to take 2 out of 3 here.
Yeah.
What are we thinking? 2 out of 3?
I'm thinking 2 out of 3. I'm thinking 2 out of 3.
I'm going for the sweep. I think we're going to make a statement.
Feeling sweepy.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that just means we beat up on the Marlins in 2 series. That doesn't make a statement.
Yeah.
Still a major league team.
That's what
but
Keith, that's what your fellow Metropolitan fans are going to say. We beat the Marlins. We lost to the Birds. We suck. And you know it. All right. Afterwards, this is where the statement needs to be made against the Padres. Early season statement, obviously. The Padres have nothing set up. I don't know what we're gonna do here on a prediction. Maybe we'll do this early Monday. But see, the series starts off on Monday. Maybe we'll just put something out there. But the Padres don't have any pitchers slated to go or not announced. Scherzer for the Mets on Monday, and then nothing else. So, I don't know. I don't know who we're considering. So we'll table that. But after the first, where do they have okay. Never understood this MLB site. They got all the shenanigans going. All right. They're just around the league, some teams that are off to hot starts. The Braves 5-1, Milwaukee 5-1, the Rays 6-0, Cleveland's 5-2, and then Kansas City. The teams that we expect to struggle: KC, Detroit, St. Louis 2-4. We'll see. Washington 1-6. The Phillies 1-5. Phillies, nice start.
Well
they
done.
got their first W
Against the Yankees. They did. All right. The day I sent something that Brian Hump sucks. I think I called him Owen. He used to call people Owen when they hadn't won a game yet. So I text him saying Owen. All right. So I think this was a quick rapid episode of just the first week of the season. I feel like the bottom line is here. Relax, people. Relax. And let's enjoy. We get a day off here.
Don't tell them how to be fans, Farace.
Relax.
Don't tell them how to be fans.
Unless you want to concentrate on the fact that we're tied with the Marlins for second place, and we only won 3 games out of 7, and the Mets have paid out of 7 games over $100 million per win.
There it is.
I mean, it's terrible. Frank the Tank called it. We're going to be 32-8. I mean, 8-32 in the first 40.
Let's listen to Frank the Tank.
Frank the Tank said we're going to be 8-32.
We're going to be 8-32. Yeah. He did that because it was easy math. All right. That's what that was the first thing I thought of. Okay, let's go round robin here. Keith, give us some energy on it. Was it last week that you gave us a nice soft spoken Fakata? Could this be all your fault?
Wow. No, I think it's all your fault. Because I don't think your sack's as smooth as your head. So I think that he's checking. I think that
don't make him bend down, man, because he keeps blinding me.
Oh, yeah.
Like I said, everybody chill out. $100 million per win is not bad. And if we continue that the whole season, listen, we'll be 3-159. It will not be bad. At least we'll suck to the fullest. But seriously, season's early. Let's go Mets. I just want to give I'm gonna fuck it to the whole entire San Diego ball club. Because that's really our biggest challenge coming up. I know we've got the Marlins right in front of us, but we know the Marlins, they're a divisional rival. I'm not worried about them in terms of they're a dominant team, but San Diego has a squad. So I want to say fuckata to the San Diego Padres. I want that whole team to just suck for the 3 games that we play them. I want the whole pitching staff to have sore arms and blisters. I want the batters to have broken bats every time they go up. Get to the chopper. I just want them to suck.
I don't know. Stop it.
I want them to. Can you hit it like 5 more times? I want them to sweep the Padres, which won't happen. But I'm just saying, fuck it's our Padres.
Don't say things
Let's
like
go
that.
Mets.
All right, Rodriguez, what you got for inspiration for the crowd?
I have no inspiration for the crowd because they don't listen to me. They're not going to listen to me. They're going to lose their minds anyway. Whatever.
Not trading Peterson.
Listen, get rid of Peterson. Okay, trade him. Get rid of our manager. Who's our manager anyway? What's that guy? Oh, there it is. Bring up Baty. Bring out. This is my cousin. Get rid of Carrasco. Trade Peterson. There it is. See,
why are we trading Peterson?
There it is. This is why I get upset. This is why I get upset. My own cousin is out of his mind, and I love him.
My family.
My family is out of his mind. Nah, he's all right. You know what? That might happen soon enough. It shouldn't happen right now, but it could happen in a couple of months. It's pretty soon anyway. We're stuck in. But Met fans, relax. 7 games in. Have a knip shit when it's 20 games and we're 5-15. Then it's like, oh, heck has broken loose and we need to bring up and buy everything. But that's not going to happen. We're not going to be 5-15, okay? The worst case will be 500. So you'll be, look, there he is. Now we got one on the show that's going to lose his mind. Keith, reach over and slap him in the head.
You said 5-15. You hurt my heart. Hurt my soul.
I know. You stop saying they're going to win the World Series, man. You're jinxing us.
Okay,
don't do that.
Let me put up something else from your cousin.
Oh, God. Bring her. There it is. There it is. Bring Harvey. There it is. He's probably gonna want Tanada and what's his name to come from the Long Island Ducks too. I guarantee it.
Murphy.
I guarantee it. Murphy. Oh, Murphy's in Long Island. He's a hitter. Bring him up.
Patrick thinks that the pitch clock is messing with the pitchers.
Just ours?
No. Well.
Yeah, because every other pitcher in the league seems to be handling it. So we have the stupid ones.
Yeah.
We have the W's.
Figure somebody named Cookie would screw it up constantly.
Well, Ohtani in the same game, he had a pitch clock violation as a pitcher and as a hitter.
Yeah, but he's excused. You know, he played in Japan.
Well,
it's a different league. That's what I mean. You know, he's.
Oh, for sure.
He's not only adjusting to our new rules, he's adjusting in general.
The experts are the minor leaguers because they've been working with him for years.
Bring Alvarez up, let him pitch.
Just pitch him back. You're in the box. Get ready to hit.
Trade Peterson. Let Mauricio pitch.
Before I get to my last thing, what have you guys thought about the new rules so far and the time it take the dead time getting removed? It's quick.
You know what? I'm fine
it's quick
with it.
at the game. The pace is quick. It's been good so far. I think.
I like the game. I still have a problem, and I don't know how it can be solved. So I don't really complain about it too much. But I still have a problem with the fact that
preparation H. Use that.
Preparation H. Yeah, I mean it's flaring up. So I got the suppository version. No, you know, I got a problem.
That's the one he likes.
That's what I love. I got a problem with that it can end a game. You know what I mean? Like, and right now it's the beginning of the season. It's only 7 games in, $100+ million per win. But like at the end of the season, when it's a big game, you know, it might be a big deal, right? And you need to win this game to get in the playoffs. And some guy steps in the box a second late, and they lose the game. I got a problem with that. I don't know how that can be solved. A rule's a rule. Get used to it, guys. It's a part of the game. But
I have good news for you,
yeah,
Keith. I have very good news for you.
What's that?
That the owners and the Players Association left room under this rule to switch it up if need be. For example, in a late and close game, in the 9th inning, down by less than 3 runs, the full 9th inning is played without a pitch clock. similar to the rule that, there's different rules for the NFL in the last 2 minutes. There's different rules for the NBA in the last 2 minutes. So there's precedent for it. It's could be cyclical, Keith. They are going to meet continuously to see, which is very rare in these, whatever the hell they're called, the contracts that they sign, collective bargaining, where they can, review as the time goes on. So that's the one glimmer of hope there. I would hate for any game, especially one of ours, unless we win, to be decided on a pitch clock violation.
How convenient. Unless we win, I don't like the rule.
Shout out to Meet the Parents. Yo soy tu papá. Fucker out. That's what Max is referring to, but that's how I picked that up.
baby. All right, so that'll do it for us. Just relax, people. Everything's fine. Games are maybe people aren't able to drink as much maybe now because there's less time in the game, so they can't.
More.
Maybe they should drink more.
It down,
take a couple shots before the game. What's gonna happen when it gets to 98 to 100 and you got a rush your pitch? You're not rushing the pitch, Terzio. I feel like everything can be done in the allotted amount of time. And
Don't drink
if you're the batter, just make eye contact.
Don't drink alcohol the night before the game and stay hydrated. You'll be fine.
They don't have to walk around. They don't have to walk around the mound. They don't have to look at this guy, look at that guy, reach across, spit.
One of our guys, Pete Alonso, with the his
I would love to see
ritual.
No more Garcia Parra come back.
He would be a disaster.
It would be hysterical.
Why? And what's his name got thrown out?
He would be.
Machado got tossed from the. But here's the thing: the umpires, they have a buzzer that sounds. It's not like they're looking at the clock. The buzzer sounds. They look up and see if everything's set. If not, they call it. So what's the argument about? I mean, you did it. Don't get tossed from a game for that. You could have lost the game for your team in the first inning because of that, and don't even worry about the ninth inning stuff.
You're the one that did the violation. It's like I saw this video earlier of a silverback gorilla who farted, and he looked so surprised at the sound that came out of his ass. He stopped eating a pepper, and he was like looking around. What are you surprised about? It came out of your ass. And what are you surprised about, Machado? You're the one I was late in the box. I mean,
I'm hoping that Machado's a little smarter than that gorilla.
A little bit.
I like the gorilla better, I'll be honest, because I love animals in general. But
if he was out third baseman, you wouldn't be saying that.
All right, on the silverback gorilla front, that's how we'll end this show. We'll bid you adieu. We got Marlins coming out tomorrow, then the Padres, and we'll keep you updated on everything that goes on in the world of the Mets. Congrats, Alvarez, on being called back up. Let's do it. Let's do this thing. Let's score some runs. Let's pitch well at Citi Field. Let's get it done. All right. Peace out, everybody.
Happy Easter, everyone.
Deuces.